Looking at the story of Joseph, we see how God took Joseph through a journey. And all this was all of God's plan to bring his agenda to life. So God is intentional about bringing his plans to life through men. You and I have a great role to play in the birthing of the plans of God here on earth. We see that Joseph went through phases in his life. Joseph struggled, he toiled, he suffered. All of these times, God's plan was to ensure that Joseph is built up in character. So God is more intentional about your becoming, about the strength of your character than your arrival. So we see in Psalm 105, Psalm 105, verse 17, it talked about how a man was sent. When Joseph was going through all of this suffering, it didn't look like a man was sent. For you to know that there was an agenda. Sam said the man was sent to bring Israel into the land of Egypt. So there was a plan of God. All of this that happened to Joseph was all for the plan of God, for the children of Israel to come into the land of Egypt and become a mighty people, too mighty for their enemies. So the Bible says in Genesis 41 verse 46, says that at 30 years old, Joseph came into the house, into the palace of Pharaoh. It was at 30 years after he has toiled and suffered. He has suffered, gone through so much. At 30, the destiny of Joseph came to life suddenly. All of a sudden, his suffering was no longer remembered. So this is to let you know today that God is more intentional about who you become. God is more intentional about the person on the inside. God is more intentional about preparing you and building you up in character than your arrival. So all that God does for his children to prepare them for destiny is all to bear his plans to life and to ensure that you are sustained in that place. So God can take 30 years to prepare a man for a destiny of 1 year. Why? For sustainability. So when you get to the palace, you will have been prepared. When you get to the palace is not a place for preparation. You must have been ready. You must have been emotionally stable, spiritually balanced, mentally capacitated for what you're about to face. So this is to let you know today, don't be quick to want to arrive. Stay in the place of becoming. You will know. You will know when you are formed. Say, we behold till we are formed, till we are shaped, till we become that very image of Christ. That is the plan and the will, the agenda of God for you. So stay and follow through.